often compared to being worse than Calcutta at the time. And it was into this that Jim Larkin came on stage. Now, in terms of the working class in Dublin, people who had jobs, there was about a quarter of the workforce, about 25,000 working men, and they were generally working men as distinct. It wasn't just a sexist thing just to say men. Most women didn't have jobs except for maybe going into posh people's homes and ironing their clothes and doing a bit of sort of what you call domestic work. But the vast majority of workers were men, and they were casual, which meant that they didn't have a contract, that they didn't have a permanent job, that they weren't unskilled casual workers that queued up every morning. This runs through the songs and the poetry and all the rest of it, that queued up every morning to be called into the docks or onto building sites or into factories or whatever for a day's work or maybe a couple of days' work. And their wages were extremely low, about 18 shillings a week. And if you take it out of that, rent was on average about 3 shillings, fuel about 2 shillings, and bread for the family about 4 shillings. Then on top of that you had medicine, and you had bits and pieces of clothes to buy. Everybody wore hand-me-downs and second-hand clothes and went around in tatters, and all of this was sort of, if you like, you can see loads of health problems, poor diet, high mortality rate among children, a really rotten, horrible, poverty-ridden city of the worst type. And it was onto this that Larkin stepped on the stage. You also had from about 1910 onwards quite a regular level of disputes happening throughout Ireland in things like on the docks in Sligo, Wexford, Waterford, Dublin, inside industries, Jacob's Biscuits, for example, because what had happened was workers' wages were kept down, their real wages. Inflation was increasing and their real wages weren't going up, so there was lots of different strikes to improve wages and conditions. But it was the unskilled, this body of working men who were unskilled, unemployed, and treated like dirt.